What if the beginning wasn't really the beginning? What if the Big Bang wasn't a spark that started everything, but a mirror, the exact center point between two realities moving in opposite directions? One expanding forward into time as we know it, and the other collapsing in reverse, slipping away from us, not across space, but across time. A mirror universe, an anti-universe, a cosmos where everything exists in perfect symmetry with our own, but where time flows in reverse. A place that may have formed at the same moment as us, from the same explosion of being, and yet gone in the opposite direction. Not into the future, but into a backward stream of history we can never reach. For centuries, we've assumed that time flows forward like a river, one moment carrying us to the next, birth to death, past to future. It feels so absolute, so obvious. But in the realm of physics, time is a far stranger phenomenon than we experience. At the deepest levels of reality, in the equations that describe the universe, time has no preference. The math works the same way forward and backward. Whether a planet orbits a star in one direction or the other doesn't matter to the rules. The universe doesn't care. Time's direction, the so-called arrow we rely on, is an illusion. It's a result of entropy, the tendency of systems to move from order to disorder. An egg cracks, a glass shatters, a star burns out. These things don't reverse themselves because it's statistically improbable. But the laws themselves, the ones beneath entropy, they are timeless. And that opens a door to a possibility that is almost too massive to comprehend. Imagine the Big Bang, that raw, incomprehensible moment of creation. Everything we know exploded from a singularity, erupting into time and space and energy and matter. But what if the bang didn't just send reality forward? What if it was the midpoint of something bigger? A duality, one half forming our universe, the other forming its opposite, expanding into reverse time. From our perspective, that universe would be contracting, moving from stars and galaxies to a condensed core of high energy and density. But from inside, it would feel no different than our own. Beings there would be born, grow, think, wonder. They would age, remember the past, dream of the future, just like us. Because to them, time flows forward. It always does, no matter what side of the mirror you're on. This isn't fantasy. It's rooted in a profound concept in modern physics called CPT symmetry. C for charge, P for parity, T for time. The idea is that if you flip all three, turning particles into antiparticles, reversing left and right, and reversing the direction of time, the laws of physics remain unchanged. They are symmetric under CPT. So if our universe exists, then a mirror universe that is its exact CPT opposite should also be possible. Not just as a theoretical toy model, but as a real entity, born alongside ours, part of a balanced whole. In this vision, the Big Bang becomes not the start of time, but its center, the mirror through which the universe reflects itself. This anti-universe would be made of antimatter, not the chaotic, dangerous antimatter from science fiction, but structured, ordered matter with reverse charge, just like our own atoms, only flipped. If you were born there, you wouldn't notice anything strange. Your thoughts, your memories, your history would all feel natural. You'd be made of antimatter, yes, but you'd call it matter. Time would flow forward for you. Your sky would hold stars and galaxies and cosmic phenomena just like ours. But from our side, you'd look like a film running in reverse. Events unhappening, structures deforming, entropy decreasing. It sounds impossible. But nature often hides its most elegant truths in symmetry, and the anti-universe may be not just possible, but required. Required by the very rules that define our own universe's existence. Some physicists have gone further. They believe that this mirror universe could solve several open mysteries in cosmology. One of them is the matter-antimatter problem. When the Big Bang occurred, it should have created equal amounts of matter and antimatter. But our universe seems to contain only matter. Antimatter exists in tiny quantities, but nowhere near the balance we'd expect. So where did all the antimatter go? One possibility, it didn't disappear. It just ended up in the anti-universe. The symmetry was preserved, but it was divided across time. Another mystery is dark matter, the invisible substance that seems to outweigh normal matter 5-to-1, yet we can't detect it directly. Could some form of symmetric mirror matter from the anti-universe bleed into our own, exerting gravitational pull without being visible? Could dark matter be not alien but reversed? And then there's the ghostly neutrino, a particle so light and elusive, it passes through planets like they're made of air. Neutrinos are key to understanding the early universe. Some physicists believe there may be a hidden type of neutrino, a sterile one, that doesn't interact with any force except gravity. If it exists, it might be the echo of the anti-universe, a fingerprint left on our side of the mirror. But perhaps the most haunting question of all is this: could we ever contact them? Is there any way to reach across the temporal divide and send a signal? Not through space, but through time. Would it be possible to catch a glimpse of their reality? To observe a reversed star collapsing into formation? Or a dead civilization rising back into life? And if they could see us, what would they think? Would we appear to them as ghosts of the future, drifting through an unknowable direction of time? The truth is, even if the anti-universe exists, direct contact might be forever impossible. It isn't just another realm we can travel to. It's not behind a black hole or beyond a galaxy. It's a temporal reflection, the other side of the arrow we cannot cross. The flow of time is like a river. Once you're in it, you move with the current, and the anti-universe is moving the other way. Yet still, there is a poetic beauty to the idea, a cosmic symmetry that suggests we are not alone, not in the usual sense of aliens or life in the stars, but in the deeper sense of mirrored existence. That our universe is not the totality of being, but only one half of a dual creation. That somewhere, impossibly far and impossibly close, a reversed reality expands backward through time, echoing every principle that governs our own. And that maybe, just maybe, the answers to our greatest mysteries lie not ahead of us, but behind the mirror. If the anti-universe truly exists, then its very existence challenges everything we thought we understood. Not just about time, but about causality itself. In our universe, causes led to effects. The match strikes and the fire ignites. But in a universe where time flows in reverse, that relationship would seem flipped. Effects would precede causes from our point of view. A glass would unshatter, the smoke would collapse into a flame, and stars would be born not in clouds of gas, but in the cool, silent graves of blackened space. To us, it would look nonsensical, but to those within it, it would be just as natural as the rising of a sun. And yet, if time can flow both ways, then maybe our idea of cause and effect is more flexible than we thought. Maybe we've been mistaking direction for destiny. What if the universe doesn't care which way things move, only that the symmetry is preserved? Imagine two dancers moving away from each other in perfect sync, one forward, one back. Neither one knows they're part of a pair. They each feel alone. But from above, from a higher perspective, the dance is complete, balanced, beautiful. This notion of symmetry is more than poetic, it's mathematical. In quantum field theory, the particles that make up our universe are governed by symmetries, transformations that leave the laws unchanged. The CPT symmetry we spoke of earlier is the most fundamental of these. It means that if you reverse all three elements, charge, parity, and time, you get a universe that is indistinguishable in the language of physics. If that's true, then the mirror universe isn't just possible, it's required. Our existence demands its counterpart. We are half of a cosmic equation. Now, some might ask, if the anti-universe is real, why can't we see it? Why can't we measure it, detect it, prove it? The answer may lie in the nature of time itself. From our point of view, the anti-universe is moving away from us in the past. Just as we evolve forward, it evolves backward. We are forever separated not by distance, but by direction. It's not behind a wall, it's behind time. You can't turn around and walk into it, just as you can't unlive your own history. And yet, there may be subtle signs. Clues embedded in the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang, that suggests something deeper is at play. Some physicists propose that anomalies in the background radiation, unexplained cold spots or irregularities, could be evidence of interaction across the mirror. That perhaps, just perhaps, the two universes are not perfectly sealed off from each other. That at the exact moment of the Big Bang, there was a shared moment, a singular connection, when both universes overlapped in pure symmetry. Think of it like a palindrome, a word that reads the same forward and backward. Civic, level, race car. Now imagine time itself as a cosmic palindrome, with the Big Bang as the central axis. Everything before it, mirrored by everything after. Every particle, every field, every burst of energy has a twin on the other side. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a mathematical proposal gaining traction among cosmologists. The idea is called the CPT symmetric universe model, and it suggests that the early universe, before the first atoms, before the first light, was not chaotic but elegant, a singular, symmetric state from which two mirrored realities emerged. Our own, filled with matter and expanding into positive time, and the other, filled with antimatter, retreating into negative time. The equations don't just allow it, they demand it. This model could even solve the riddle of the cosmological constant, the mysterious force driving the acceleration of the universe's expansion. If the anti-universe is pulling in the opposite direction, the net result could be the balance we observe. It may also provide insight into quantum gravity, a theory we still don't fully understand. If time has two directions, then space-time might have deeper structure than we imagined. A bitemporal weave that connects all existence. But for all its symmetry, the anti-universe is not just a reflection. It is real, independent, complex. And if it followed a similar evolutionary path to ours, it may have formed stars, galaxies, even life. Civilizations that rose and fell in reverse. Beings who lived entire lives, built empires, asked questions, and vanished into a future that is our past. To them, we would appear as their ancestors, a strange, unreachable echo behind the veil of entropy. The implications are staggering. We often wonder if we are alone in the cosmos. But what if we've been asking the wrong question? What if the truest alien life isn't out there in space, but back there in time? What if the anti-universe teams with minds, but ones we can never meet, never speak to, never touch, because they are moving away from us along a different dimension? It is a kind of cosmic loneliness that transcends distance, a separation more permanent than any wall. And yet there is comfort too, because if the anti-universe exists, then our story is not alone. We are not a fluke. We are a pair. Our journey through time is part of a greater whole, a mirror dance across eternity. There may be no way to reach them. No technology, no wormhole, no trick of physics may bridge the temporal divide. But the idea itself connects us. The recognition that for every moment we live, a counterpart lives too, in reverse. That every heartbeat, every spark of thought, is echoed by another on the far side of time's mirror. And maybe at the end, or the beginning, we will meet. In the singular moment of symmetry where all things converge, where time has no arrow, no past, no future, only unity, only now. Until then, we can only imagine and wonder. If our universe is one half of a cosmic mirror, then perhaps the question we should ask isn't, where did we come from? But rather, what are we reflecting? As we travel further into the mysteries of the anti-universe, one idea becomes hauntingly clear. Its existence isn't just about symmetry or elegance. It's about necessity. The physics we know, the laws that govern light, matter, and energy, only make full sense if they exist within a larger context. A dual reality where everything has a twin. Ours is a universe of positive time and matter. Its counterpart may be built on antimatter and negative time. It is, in essence, the rest of the equation. Without it, our own universe would be incomplete, like trying to understand a melody by hearing only one hand of a piano. And just as the melody needs both parts to make sense, so too may existence itself require both sides of this mirrored cosmos. We often think of time as a line, a straight one-way path from past to future. But what if it's more like a river branching in two directions from a single source? The Big Bang wasn't just a beginning, it was a split. Picture that moment. Pure energy, pure potential, a singularity erupting into existence. From that eruption, two timelines emerged, one flowing forward, one flowing backward. Not in opposition, but in harmony. Two tapes rolling out from the same reel, each writing its own story, yet forever intertwined at the center. This reframing of time transforms everything. Our universe's beginning isn't a singular start, it's a midpoint. From the perspective of the whole, time stretches in both directions. We aren't in the aftermath of a singular creation, we're in one half of a cosmic reflection. What's even more mind-bending is how this concept might explain one of the most profound mysteries of all: why our universe obeys time's arrow. Entropy, the measure of disorder, only increases in our universe. Eggs crack, but don't uncrack. Stars die, but don't rewind to birth. But entropy's direction is subjective. It aligns with the flow of time. In the anti-universe, entropy would appear to increase in the opposite direction. To an observer living there, everything would look normal. But to us, it would look backward. This means the arrow of time, the thing that defines our every experience, isn't universal, it's local. It's part of our specific frame of reference. In the anti-universe, beings would feel time just as we do. They would remember their past and predict their future, even though, from our point of view, they're doing it all in reverse. Can you imagine that? An entire civilization building its knowledge, telling its history, creating art and science, all while moving backwards from our perspective. Their greatest innovations would appear as ancient relics to us. Their final moments to us would look like beginnings. If we could witness them, we'd see an entire world unmake itself in perfect, elegant reverse. And here's the question that shakes the foundations of philosophy. Would they be conscious? Would they feel emotions, ask questions, love, dream, just like us? The physics says yes. There's no reason to think otherwise. Consciousness doesn't care about time's direction. It only needs complexity, structure, memory. And if those arise, then minds arise too. In reverse or forward, they are. So then, who are we to them? Are we their myth? Their hypothetical parallel? Perhaps they too wonder if somewhere, beyond the temporal divide, another universe exists, flowing in the opposite direction. A world of matter instead of antimatter, expanding instead of collapsing. To them, we are the anti-universe. And this leads to a fascinating idea. If both universes are moving away from the Big Bang, and both are expanding in their own time frames, then perhaps time itself is an emergent property, a local experience shaped by the universe's expansion. It might not be a universal constant, but a consequence of context. It means that our sense of time may not be real in the way we think. It's a pattern, a useful illusion that emerges from deeper symmetry. And once we understand this, we can ask bigger questions. Could there be communication across the boundary? Could particles become entangled not across space but across time? Could rare quantum phenomena link our universe and the anti-universe in subtle, mysterious ways? Some theoretical physicists think so. There's speculation that neutrinos, tiny, nearly massless particles, could be clues. Some neutrino behavior appears asymmetric, breaking expected patterns. But what if these behaviors only make sense in a two-universe model? What if some of what we detect as quantum weirdness is actually the fingerprint of a hidden mirror, subtly tugging at our equations? And now we return to the core mystery. Why is the anti-universe silent? Is it truly separate, unreachable, forever closed behind time's one-way gate? Or could its influence be all around us, hidden in the mathematics, embedded in the geometry of space-time, gently shaping the fate of our cosmos? Maybe we don't need to detect it directly. Maybe its existence is proven by our own. We exist because the laws are balanced, because the sum total of charge, parity, and time across the full reality equals zero. That's the only way it works, the only way it can be. In that sense, the anti-universe isn't just a separate place. It's a requirement. It's why we have physics that works. It's why matter exists. It's why time flows. We are the echo of its symmetry, just as it is the echo of ours. And one final thought, a whisper from the edge of speculation. If time flows both ways, if consciousness can arise in either direction, then maybe, just maybe, the universe remembers. Not like a mind, but like a pattern, a resonance, a structure written across eternity. We are not alone in this timeline. We never were. There is a reflection. It moves backwards. It breathes. And in the stillness between moments, at the symmetry of all things, there is a truth too large for any one direction to hold. We are one half of forever. If you enjoy this journey space in time possibility, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, till looking up, the universe is waiting.